What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Josh. You can call me JD. And in this video, I'm going to be reviewing a very anticipated pair of sneakers. It is yet another collab between two of my favorite brands out there, period. Aimé, Dore and New Balance. This time on the basketball Oxford 550s. So in this video, I'm going to get into this shoe. We'll talk about the history of the two brands as well as the history of this silhouette. We'll get into the quality of the material, sizing. I'll talk about how to style. We'll get into some resale predictions. And as always, I will be giving you guys that on-feet look. So make sure you stick around until the end of the video. So I finally have these in my hands, the New Balance Aimé Dore 550s. If you guys have logged into Instagram anytime in the last 2 months, there is a very good chance that within the first 10 seconds, you've probably seen a picture of these shoes. I've said this before on the channel, I'm a pretty big fan of the brand Aimé Dore. I do own a lot of their clothing. And when it comes to collabs out there, I think the collabs between Aimé Dore and New Balance are some of the best collabs out there, period. Not just for New Balance, I'm talking all sneakers, period. Look at some of their past collabs. So we had the Absorb 827s. There was another collab on the 997s, also the 990s. And also my absolute grail sneaker of all time, the 990 V2s Aimé Dore collab. I will one day get this pair. And quite honestly, these collabs are all hits, no misses. I was kind of surprised at the release date of the sneaker though, because I was expecting another Aimé Dore collab to drop this month. And that is the collab with New Balance on the 1300s. And I copped a pair of these and Aimé Dore has still not sent out these sneakers. And I have no idea when I'm going to receive them. So I was expecting those to release first before we got a completely new silhouette. So they really dug into the archives here. This sneaker was released back in 1989. These were originally released as a basketball shoe, which is pretty funny because yeah, I would never recommend anyone to play basketball in a pair of these. Well, maybe unless you're playing horse. There is, however, a very similar shoe that New Balance does sell currently that kind of looks like this. That is the CT 1500 SA. As you can see, a very similar type of model, and actually this sneaker, you can get it anywhere. Also, another very popular sneaker that kind of looks like this is the Louis Vuitton LV trainer. In fact, that green Louis Vuitton trainer, you can kind of say that the Aimé Dore pair is a much cheaper alternative to that one. So there were 4 colorways that released as part of this collab, and they released exclusively initially on the Aimé Dore website. I entered the raffles, of course, of all 4 colorways. I took L's on all of them. The pair I personally really wanted was the gray pair. Also, I kind of like the navy pair as well. The red pair then had a worldwide release at a few retailers, and the most surprising thing of all time happened. I won a raffle for this from End Clothing. Now, those of you out there who enter raffles, you probably know how impossible it is to win a raffle from End Clothing. I honestly thought it was a myth. I've never won a pair from there in over 3 years. And the crazy thing about it is not just me, but also my girlfriend's account. Both of us hit on the raffle. So I actually ended up getting 2 pairs of these from End Clothing. So I am pretty happy to get this for retail. However, I gotta say the red colorway for sure out of the 4 of them was probably the one I wanted the least. Let me know down in the comments if you guys got a W on this sneaker, and also if you managed to get the colorway that you wanted the most, let me know. I will say one thing about this red colorway though, if you compare it to the other 3, you can kind of tell that this one does look a bit different. And that is because the mesh at the back of the shoe actually has color filled in. All of the other pairs, the mesh is just done in that vintage looking sail or off-white color. So that is why out of the 4, I would say the red colorway is the one that has the most pop. Based on how popular this collab has been, I would not be surprised at all if New Balance released a bunch of other colorways of this model. So expect that to happen in the very near future. Let's get into the shoes themselves, starting off with the box. So it looks like each colorway got a different box. So the red box looks like this. The thing I noticed about the box right away is that this is probably the most flimsy shoe box I've ever seen. For those of you out there who bought this pair just to resale, I highly suggest that if you are selling it it on platforms such as StockX or GOAT, make sure you put some bubble wrap in the shipping box because this box might just break. Let's get into the shoes themselves. The entire upper of the shoe is done in this full grain leather. The end logo is done in this cracked leather, and I actually really like how that looks visually. The tongue of the sneaker is done in this eggshell color, and this logo here, I guess I can only describe it as a apple basketball snake. I don't know what this is supposed to be, but every time New Balance and Aimé and Dore collab on something, they usually create a custom logo for each collab. The sneakers come standard with the white laces. However, you also get a pair of red as well as these nice eggshell laces or beige or whatever you want to call it. But I would personally put the beige laces on. I think that would give it the nice vintage look that you're looking for. On the back of the shoe, two different logos. You see that Aimé Dore basketball apple on the left pair as well as that New Balance logo on the right. I do really like the midsole, this kind of aged vintage looking midsole. This is just such a classic looking shoe, and I think this color on the midsole just goes perfect with the silhouette. When it comes to styling this, I don't think it gets any easier, to be honest. This is a very easy shoe to style. You can rock it casually as I'm doing here with a pair of gray sweatpants, rock it with a red sweater and you're good. This could potentially be like an everyday beater type of shoe. You could even dress this up, wear it with a suit. There's really no right or wrong way to style this. Definitely one of the easiest, I guess, high profile collabs when it comes to styling. I wasn't expecting these sneakers to be comfortable at all. However, the insole of the sneaker contains an ortholite insole, and so these are actually really comfortable, which is just another reason why I think this shoe is gonna end up being just a perfect everyday beater shoe. So when it comes to sizing, I got this in my true size, a US 11, and I've seen some people out there saying that they should have gone a half size down. I really do not recommend doing that because I actually feel like these are pretty snug for going in my true size. I don't think it's snug enough that I would go a half size up. I do think going true to size is the right move in these 550s. Let's get into resale and the on feet, but before I do that, make sure you guys are subscribed if you haven't already done so. As you guys can see, 30K is really close, so it would really help me out if you guys hit that subscribe button, and of course like this video if you found it useful. So when it comes to resale, there's just a lot of demand for this shoe. So the red pair, right now the prices are pretty low actually for the red pair. I said earlier I copped two pairs. The first pair I sold it pretty much as soon as I found out I won the end raffle. So I ended up selling it for almost $400. Now the prices have dropped down to well below $300. I do think that these will eventually go up. In fact, I think all four of these colorways are gonna go up. It's just that the green pair and the gray pair is gonna go up a lot faster than the other two. So final thoughts, are these a cop or a drop for me personally? I gotta be honest, Instagram is really trying super hard to ruin these shoes for me because that's literally all I see on Instagram right now. Just pictures and pictures of these, people wearing these, Instagram like archive pages just posting pictures of these. And personally, when I just get like bombarded with images of the same shoe, I tend to lose interest in it. I do really like these shoes a lot though. I haven't really decided yet if I'm gonna keep them or not, but I have to say that this is honestly one of those absolutely perfect shoes because it is an everyday shoe. It looks great, it looks stylish, it has a lot of hype, and you really can't say that about too many shoes out there. So for that reason, these have to be a cop. If you guys want to see some fit pics, just some kind of style inspiration, how to rock some of these sneakers, make sure you follow me on Instagram. The handle is right here. It is at JDKick6, and as you guys know, this is definitely the easiest place to contact me, so make sure you follow me. On feed portion of the video coming up right now. Thank you guys so much for messing with the video. Much love on this channel, man. You guys are the absolute best. And until next time, peace.